Hello people, welcome back to the channel. We are live people. Arsenal have just beaten Fulham. Liverpool are 4 points behind now. So we have to just make sure that we win tomorrow. Big game, biggest game of the season. Anyone watch the Arsenal match? I watched bits of it. To be honest with you, Arsenal, they just bore me to tears. Fulham are terrible. Fulham are woeful. You know, you're half expecting maybe a draw, maybe something. No, Fulham are terrible. They had injuries though, to be fair to them. But Arsenal, another clean sheet. I mean, lads, they look strong. They really do. They look strong. Let's check the stats of this game. They do look strong, to be fair to them. Another clean sheet. You know, Liverpool need to get back to getting the old clean sheets. They really do. Right. Stats, people. Fulham, shots on target, 0. 0. I mean, look, it's another clean sheet. Clean sheet is going to win Arsenal the league. If Liverpool don't get themselves sorted. But if they do, I said this before. If Arsenal, I think Jamie Carragher said something similar as well. With about, let's say, 12 games to go, if Liverpool are like, let's say 6 points behind them, I would have real belief that Liverpool could win it. Because of the pressure that's on Arteta, because of the pressure that's on Arsenal. I just think Liverpool, they have to win tomorrow. It's a must-win game. And not just because of the gap in the table. It's just psychologically. To go and beat Man United at home, get back to winning ways. You know, and basically, this is the first time now in a long time that Liverpool have been kind of under pressure when it comes to the league. Because you have to go back to probably this time last season, really. Because, you know, January, February, we were way ahead. Roy says that the Gooners got a goal from a corner again. They did. They're set piece FC. But at the end of the day, it's just about getting 3 points. That's all that matters. I mean, I would love for Liverpool to win tomorrow from a corner. A set piece. Another free kick. It doesn't matter. Just win. It's that simple. I think we'll be a different team after the break. All our players played well for their countries. Yeah, I'm hoping the same. I think the break could have done them well. And break could have done them well. Break could have done them good. Because 3 defeats in a row, and then they were able to just go and different countries, different atmosphere, and I'm hoping then that they come back and they're fresh, they're ready to go, and we see the best of them tomorrow. I'm hoping. Because they have to win tomorrow. We can't lose to Manchester United. Jeez, let's talk of that. The thought of that. I wanted to talk about Liverpool team. What do you think he's going to do? Is Florian Wirtz going to play? Is Conor Bradley going to play? To me, there's only really, I think they're the only two kind of positions, if you like, that aren't nailed on. We don't know who the right back is. We don't know if he's going to play that number 10. Is he going to go with the 3 lads in midfield? Is Cody Gakpo's position guaranteed? That's another interesting one because I personally would play Isak up front and Ekatike out on the left. Did you see Chiesa's goal in training? Looks really sharp. I hope he starts. He won't start. I did see the goal. Absolutely unbelievable. But did you see Conor Bradley's defending? Look, Chiesa won't start. I think Arne Slot even said in his press conference that he will get a few minutes. I'd love for him to start. He deserves to start, but I don't think he's going to. We know what Arne Slot is like. He doesn't like changing the team when everybody's fit. That's why Kanate is going to play. Gravenberch is back, or at least he was training the other day, so he should start. I really think Wirtz will play. Yeah, I think he will. I think he'll go with him. It's going to be interesting because this season, what Liverpool need to do tomorrow, the atmosphere is going to be amazing. Liverpool need to use that. When was the last time we played a game where we were sustaining attacks? Probably the Burnley game. Burnley parked the bus in that second half. But Liverpool didn't let them out. And that's what we need to do. And it doesn't have to be for 90 minutes because it won't be. But if we could have like 15, 20 minutes at the start of the game where Man United are under pressure, they cannot get out. Liverpool need to do that. You know, and hopefully get the early goal. But we're not doing that anymore. That's what we need to do. I think Slot is playing every game like a cup final. It just won't work in the Premier League. You have to let opponents have the ball and hit them back against the run of play. Yeah, but the problem is teams teams are parking the bus against Liverpool now. They didn't really do that last season. I think Arne Slot said it as well, especially this time last year. You know, teams didn't take Arne Slot serious. There was like, oh, it's not Jurgen Klopp anymore. We can take this Liverpool team on. And Liverpool were able to get them on the counter. But now this season, they're just parking the bus. And Liverpool are struggling to break them down. I forgot Alisson was out tomorrow. Alisson is out tomorrow. But it's a big game for Marmardashvili. But it's a bigger game for the Man United goalkeeper. What's his name? Lemons. It's a big game for him. This is probably the biggest game of his career so far. So Liverpool have to test him early. Christine, welcome to the chat. Thought the live was Monday. Great to see you on tonight. Nervous about tomorrow, but confident. No, I'm going live Monday night as well, 8 o'clock. We're going to talk about the game. I'm going to do a video after the game tomorrow, and then we'll do a live on Monday where we can talk about the game properly. Get your thoughts on it. Nervous about tomorrow, but confident. Yeah, I'm about the same. If Liverpool play well, they win. If Liverpool play well, they win. But they haven't been playing well. That's the big question. Hopefully they do. Seeing Bradley's defending makes me wonder who starts right back. Maybe Frimpong. Yeah, I mean, he's not been playing well for Liverpool. He played well for Northern Ireland at the break. That Chiesa goal in training, I mean, it was brilliant. But Conor Bradley's defending for it was laughable. I think he will start him though. I think we need to get back to playing a right back in a right back position. Simple. We cannot go with Szoboszlai. He's done well, but he's not a right back. Simple as. Anfield crowd needs to bring it from the get-go. No nervy silence. Absolutely. They need to make it where Man United, they can't breathe. The crowd, get on top of them from the start, hopefully get the early goal. You know, sustain attacks. We haven't been doing that this season. You know, as soon as we might misplace a pass, win it back straight away. The intensity needs to be there because we haven't seen it this season. But yeah, it's Arsenal. Arsenal are looking good. I have to give them credit. I was hoping Fulham would get a draw, something. But then Arsenal, to their credit, I mean, another clean sheet. I'd love for Liverpool to get back to keeping clean sheets. I really would. Arsenal just look serious this season. Wasn't it last season Fulham got a draw against them? Newcastle beat them. West Ham beat them. They've won all of those games this season so far. I want to see Szoboszlai playing no more than 75% of the minutes. Let his legs get a little rest and Dom could blossom to a next level midfielder. We have 3 players who are good right backs. Yeah, I agree with that 100%. We need to get a right back in the right back position. Szoboszlai can do a job there, but tomorrow it needs to be a right back. Double pivot isn't working. Put Szoboszlai and Wirtz as 2 advanced midfielders. That's an interesting one because I think Florian Wirtz works in this team if individual performances improve. Because you look at McAllister, not playing well, keeps giving the ball away. And Florian Wirtz is the type of player that he's going to try different things. So he will lose the ball every now and again. But the fact that Liverpool aren't winning it back, every time he loses the ball, we look wide open. And that's the problem. And, you know, the criticism he's getting, look, Liverpool are not playing well. It's not all down to Florian Wirtz. And I've been critical of him as well. But we have to remember, as individuals, they're not playing well. But I think if we can get back to that, if tomorrow needs to be the day. I'll tell you what I did like though. The training videos during the week, I mean, they really looked like the break did them good. I know they were playing for their countries, but it looked like it did them good. They were all seemed to be really in good spirit, and Arne Slot as well. So I'm hoping tomorrow we see the real Liverpool. But it's going to be tough because we know Man United now. Since that 7-0, they have parked the bus. They've got 2 draws. To be fair to them last, when was it, January? Liverpool, Trent Alexander-Arnold was terrible that day. They scored 2 goals against us. We were 2-1 up. We should have held on for the win. But Man United will play a counter-attacking football tomorrow. Actually, let's get the Man United team up that played against Sunderland. I just want to see, will he go with that one? Because Sunderland is a different prospect than the mighty Liverpool, of course. Let me see. Let me get this up here. Right. Liverpool, Manchester United. Fixtures. Lineup. What do you think? Does he go with that? Lemons, or whatever his name is. Lenny Yoro, De Ligt, Luke Shaw, Dallo, Fernandez, Casemiro, Ahmad, Mbeumo, Mason Mount, and Sesko. Is Cunha fit for that game? He came off the bench for that game, so I'd imagine he's fit. I'd say he'll go with Cunha. He'll probably go with that team. Christine asked, David, do you think we'll get Gay? He would love him to play for us. I don't know now at this stage. I really don't. I mean, if he wasn't a free transfer next summer, I'd say he would have said to Liverpool, look, just come back. We'll sort it next summer. But if the likes of Real Madrid are coming in for him, I don't know. He's definitely going to look at his options now, unless Liverpool go in January. I don't know. Mo usually plays good against United. We need him to show. He is the Man United owner. He hasn't played well this season, so hopefully tomorrow is the day. Hopefully tomorrow is the day for them all. The likes of Alexis McAllister, the likes of Mo Salah. You know, because, as I say, if Liverpool play well, Liverpool win. That's simple. Arsenal ain't scary, far from it. No. Yeah, but look, they're not playing well, but they're winning and they're keeping clean sheets and they're so tough to beat, and that's the problem with them. You know, they just don't look like losing these games. Last season, they looked like they were going to drop points and against the likes of Fulham, and they had 14 draws last season. This season, they just don't look like it's going to happen. I watched a bit of the game, didn't watch it all. Fulham never even looked like scoring. They didn't have a shot on target. 76% of Arsenal's goals come from set pieces. Not worried about them as long as we play our best. They were struggling to score from open play, yeah. Look, they will. As I say, I'd love Liverpool to score more from set pieces. Arsenal are winning. But as I said before, if Liverpool can just stay in touching distance with them, the pressure that's going to be on Arsenal, and as well, as soon as Arsenal drop points, you see what the media does. The media piles on them. Criticise them everywhere. It doesn't matter what way they play. If Arsenal drop points, Arteta gets criticised, the team gets criticised, and that is huge pressure. Liverpool have lost 3 games in a row, but we didn't get the criticism because we won the league last season. We're Premier League champions. And the talent that we have. But Arsenal haven't won anything. So if we can just stay within touching distance of them, I think they will buckle under that pressure. Because it's proof. The last 3 years, they haven't got over the line. Guys, we won't win tomorrow. I hope you're a Man United fan. I love the confidence. If you're a Liverpool fan, I love the confidence. Not including City in the conversation is mad. They could overtake Arsenal easy. I'm not going to lie to you. I completely forgot about mentioning Man City, which, yeah, I should have. They won again today. Haaland is on fire. Absolute fire. Another 2 goals today. The only thing about Man City, they're relying too much on Haaland. Now, you could make the same argument. Liverpool were the same last season with Mo Salah. But you just wonder where the goal's coming from if Haaland was to get injured. But they are playing well. And Guardiola has changed it this season. He's basically said, look, lads, let's get a goal ahead and let's just park the bus. Let's be solid defensively. Now, I didn't see the Man City game today, but it was only against Everton. They were at home. They were always going to win that game. But the Arsenal game earlier this season, Arsenal came out after it and Arteta was saying he was getting congratulations because no one has ever done that to a Pep Guardiola team. It was a draw, by the way. But Brentford did exactly the same thing. It wasn't down to Arsenal. It was down to City. Pep Guardiola decided to change it this season. They're parking the bus. He's not afraid to do that now. Against Brentford, Man City got the goal. It was one of the worst games you'll ever see. Second half, it was pretty much all Brentford. But Man City said, lads, let's just keep a clean sheet. So they've changed their style. And it's working so far. You know, they're winning. They're only, is it 3 points? Or what is the table actually? I know Liverpool aren't second anymore. Obviously, we play it tomorrow. The biggest game of the season. Let me check here. We're third. City up to second. City are 3 points. City are 3 points off Arsenal. And you could argue, look, they're 3 points off Arsenal. They've already gone to the Emirates. So that's a tough game out of the way. So yeah, I should have mentioned City. I wouldn't write them off. That Crystal Palace Bournemouth game today was mad, wasn't it? 3-3, was it? Danny says Mackham must start on the bench. After internationals, he's too slow. He played Wednesday night, wasn't it? And then he'd fly back, so he probably didn't have as much recovery as the other lads. But I think he starts. I have a feeling he's going to go with the 3 lads in midfield. Gravenberch, Szoboszlai, McAllister. That's what I want him to do. Because when them boys play well, we know how good they are. I'm just hoping tomorrow is the day that they click, that they start to play well. The Gunner Lowdown. I'm worried being an Arsenal fan about City too, yeah. I think City are liking the fact that nobody is mentioning them. Paul Merson as well, the other day, he said City won't win the league. Just completely dismissed them. I think City like that. It's the first time under Pep Guardiola that they're real underdogs. Nobody is giving them a chance. Like even last season, people were saying, oh no, City will win it. But this season, nobody has picked them. Who have City got next, actually? Manchester City. Let's check the fixtures. Villa away. Sure, Villa are struggling, aren't they? Swansea. They always get the easy games in the cup, don't they? Bournemouth are flying. It's at home, so I'd imagine City and then of Liverpool. Yeah, it's not easy for them. If they come through that and you'd say they're a couple of points behind Arsenal, I would say, and then they've Newcastle away. So if they were to come through them fixtures and they're a couple of points off Arsenal or even better, they're definitely in it. Definitely. With a bit of luck, the 115 come out. That is supposed to be the next international break. I mean, honestly, people, I'm bored with it. It's just like either announce it or move on, because you know what's going to happen. They're just going to be fined. They're not going to get relegated. They might have maybe a transfer ban for a season. They'll get a big fine. I mean, it doesn't matter what fine they get. They can pay it. It's loose change to them. And then it'll just be normal service resumed, because I can't see them getting relegated. Whatever the verdict is, if City are found guilty, they're going to appeal it. So it's going to be kicked down the road again. It's not going to affect this season. But if they are found guilty, Asterix FC, I'm telling you now, nobody will really take what they've achieved seriously if they're found guilty. If they're found guilty, like there's 115 charges, a lot of them are nonsense. But the main ones, if they're found guilty of any of them, whatever success they've had, It'll be tainted. There'll be an asterisk beside it. Points are the only thing that matters tomorrow. 4 points behind is not good. Absolutely spot on. But if we find ourselves 4 points behind Arsenal tomorrow at, what, 6:30 after the game, that means we have lost. And we cannot lose to Manchester United. Just cannot happen, people. Do you feel this team needs another left wing in January? Semenyo seems heavily linked. I tell you, if Liverpool could get Semenyo in January, what a signing that would be. He's some player. But I don't think they'll sign anyone in January. But we do miss that pace out there. Cody Gakpo, he's a good player. I do like him. But what does he do every time he gets the ball? He cuts in on the right-hand side. Every time he gets it. He never takes on a player. And Luis Diaz, that's what we miss. You know, the man had pace to burn. So we do miss that. But I'd love for them to get him, but if they are going to get him, I think it will be next summer. I hate how United turn up at Anfield. Look, that 7-0, it scarred them. They're not going to perform like that ever again. They're going to make it as difficult as they can for Liverpool. You know, I mean, I made a video there, I don't know if you've seen it, about Gary Neville before the 7-0. He was really confident, overconfident. He was arrogant. Man United are not doing that anymore. You know, they're not doing that. The 7-0 definitely scarred them. So they're going to turn up tomorrow. You can forget about the Man United way and this is how Man United play and all this nonsense. They're going to park the bus. They're going to be back five. They won't care. They'll try and play counter-attack. Liverpool have to be patient. They have to sustain attacks. They haven't been doing that all season. If they can do that, and really put Man United under pressure, make Man United feel for the first 15, 20 minutes that they cannot get out of their own half, and the crowd is there, I think Liverpool beat them. But we have to get back to playing well. I seen it. Did you see his face for every goal? I mean, I'm not a fan of the camera in the commentary box, the gantry, because you have the likes of Rio Ferdinand just shouting Ballon d'Or because he knows the camera's on him. But for that day, it was a good thing the camera was there. It was perfect. Absolutely perfect. But I'm not a fan of that camera because you've got commentators, they're just playing up to it. And Gary Neville does play up to it. I think Jamie Carragher's not too bad. I think there were genuine reactions. But when we drew, was it the 2-2 game in the league, I think? I mean, Gary Neville, you could hear him screaming as the game was going on. I don't like that. And it was so obvious. The camera's on him. He knows what he's doing. And it drives me mad. But that day, it was a good thing. Ferdinand is elite level cringe. Oh, he was terrible. Absolutely. I couldn't stand him on it. Talk about a commentator who knew the camera was on him. And then why did he have to do Man United games? Him and Robbie Savage. I mean, you couldn't listen to them. Could not listen to them. It was like Man United TV or something. Donny says, can we press from the front and force teams into errors? Miss that Klopp style, really. Yeah, absolutely. This is what I'm saying. Put Man United under pressure from the start. From the start. Use the crowd. Don't let them out. Get that early goal if we can. And I tell you, if Liverpool were to get the early goal, what they've been doing this season, we're 2-0 up against Bournemouth. What were we, 2-0 up against Newcastle? That was away. But we haven't been trying to get 4 goals. It's, you know, we've been relaxing. We've been taking it easy, like sleepwalking through games. 2-0 up against Everton. That's the one I'm thinking about. And we didn't play well after that. We need to sustain attacks. Keep it going, lads. 2-0 is not good enough. That's the mindset. Try and get 3, 4. You know, because 2-0 is a very dangerous scoreline. I took our shitty win today against a bad team. I don't mind people saying we played boring, but that's what happens when teams set up as they do against us and Liverpool. Yeah, that's a good point, to be fair. That's a good point. Teams are not going to come out and play Arsenal. They're not going to take them on. They do the same with Liverpool. But Arsenal are winning. There's a big difference here. Arsenal are keeping clean sheets. and Arsenal are getting 3 points. And at the moment, Liverpool are not keeping clean sheets. They're scoring, but they're not keeping clean sheets. And I think I said this before. If Arsenal score 2 goals in a game, they're guaranteed to win. If Liverpool score two goals in a game, they're almost guaranteed not to lose. And there's a big difference. Vic says, day 3 of not cutting my hair until Man City win 5 games in a row. I'm telling you, it's not going to get that long. It's not. You'll be cutting it in about... How many games have they won so far? In a row. You'll be cutting it in about 3 or 4 weeks. Trust me. Until Liverpool play them. So you better hope that's 5 wins in a row. There you go. Look, they've won 3 already. You're cutting your hair when they play midweek, and then next week. You're cutting your hair next week. Although that Man United fan, fair play to him. That's next level commitment. Fair play to him. I don't think Man United could handle Liverpool if you play well. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. From the start. Kanate is my biggest worry. Yeah, he is a worry, to be fair. But the most frustrating thing about Kanate is when he plays well, we know how good he is. He played really well against Arsenal. And nobody has any doubts about him when he plays well. But then he'll just have a performance where it's just, this man needs to be dropped. He needs to be sold. You know, he needs to get back to playing well. That's a good point. Man United, they can't handle almost any team playing well. That's true. If Liverpool turn up tomorrow, if Liverpool play well, Liverpool win. That simple. Slock can try zonal back 3 and give full freedom to Kirkes and Frimpong. Present setup is putting both McAllister and Gravenberch under confusion. At some point in the last 3 games, we had 7 players in our half. Yeah, that's true. The balance is wrong at the moment. The balance is way off. But again, it's because Liverpool keep giving the ball away. So he mentioned this first game of the season against Bournemouth. It was for Bournemouth's, I think, equaliser. Salah had the ball, gave the ball away. We were all over the place because we had so many players up front. The balance was wrong, wide open. But Arne Slot just said, well, look, if we were to keep the ball, that doesn't happen. So I think, again, individual performances. If we get them right, I think Liverpool will be fine. I think we have such a talented squad that if these players start to play well, I think it's going to be a serious team. I think it's going to be a serious team. Well, we're winning the Champions League. I'm really confident about that. Said that before. Podge says, Dave, do the simple things right. Exactly, yeah. If Liverpool play well, they win. But they just haven't been playing well. That's the biggest doubt going into this game. Can the performance match the talent? The talent is there. The quality is there. But the performance just not. Is there a question mark over the striker? Who would you go as the number 9 tomorrow? Ekitike has been brilliant. Played well for France as well. I just seen a few highlights. The whole thing with Alexander Isak has been fitness. It's not quality. We know how good he is. But it's just been fitness. He played the 90 minutes for Sweden, which was a good thing. He needed that. But would you play Ekitike up front? I would play him on the left tomorrow. I'd play him on the left. And I'd play Isak up front. I'd play Salah. And I'd play the 3 lads in midfield. I wouldn't play Wirtz tomorrow. The Gunner Lowdown says Ekitike. Yeah, the good thing is Ekitike is playing well. Now, as I say, we know how good Alexander Isak is, but Ekitike is playing well at the moment. So I would go with him. I don't think Arne Slot will, but I would go with him. I'm not sure, but I still think going for 2 strikers was a mistake. We needed two strikers. It's that simple. Darwin Núñez left. Diogo Jota, may he rest in peace. Absolutely devastating. But we needed two strikers. I get what you're saying, because Ekitike costs so much money that you're not paying that much money for a sub. But again, I think the prices this summer were just mad. They were crazy. Because Ekitike, I never heard of him before. And if he had been signed for, let's say, what he was, if the market wasn't as mad as it was, if we got Ekitike for 35, 40 million, I don't think anybody's making any headlines about him being on the bench. But it's just because, what did he cost? 90 million. It's a lot of money. And when you pay that money, you're not paying it for a sub. So I just think the prices are kind of, and it's the same with Florian Wirtz. I never heard of him. I won't say never heard of him. I never seen him as much last season. But when you pay 100 million for him, you have to play him. So I just think the prices are kind of, they're putting Arne Slot under a bit of pressure to play these players. And the spotlight is on them. Football Alex says Isak for sure. I mean, look, it's a great option to have. I've said before, sometimes it's not. It can be a problem for a manager because the team should be able to pick itself. He doesn't know his best team at the moment, which is a problem. But it could be a perfect game for Isak to announce himself as a Liverpool player. Casemiro and Bruno midfield should be our target. The legs aren't there. It could be Wirtz's day. If Casemiro and Bruno play, I'll be delighted. I'll be absolutely delighted. And that's what I was saying about Casemiro and Bruno Fernandes. As you said, their legs are gone. That's why Liverpool need to just hound them from the start. Don't let them out. Liverpool chat. Hugo is our best player so far. He is the most in form. Yeah, look, the problem that Arne Slot has, if he drops Ekitike, which I think he will, I think Isak will play, it's harsh on him, isn't it? It is harsh, like. Ekitike has done enough to play these games. He deserves to start. But he probably won't. Meno has been frozen out, so it'll be Casemiro and Bruno. I think that's mad. Kobe Meno, I thought he was a good player. Ruben Amorim, going for 2 wins in a row tomorrow. Of course, it would have to be Liverpool, wouldn't it? Would have to be Liverpool. A chance for him to win 2 games in a row. Better not happen. Johnny says, I don't know. The personnel isn't the problem. It's Slot's tactics and management in general that has me concerned. Do you know what has me concerned? No, look, I'm not going to criticise Arne Slot. A few people online are saying that it's his job is under pressure. That's nonsense. But I think the PSG game at Anfield changed him. I think it changed him. It really influenced the way he's playing this season. You know, he mentioned the Jamie Carragher first game of the season as well. And I thought that was a bit of a worry because we didn't play that way last season. Remember, the criticism that he had last season was it was a bit slow in the build-up. But we were solid. Defensively, we're solid. Midfield, the team picked itself. But I think that PSG game changed him. I really do. So I'm hoping that, he figures out how to get the best out of him. Amorim never drops Bruno. Actually, is Bruno playing? Did I read he was suspended for tomorrow? No. Was that Bruno? No. No, it wasn't. Because he gave an interview the other day. Do you think Chiesa will come on tomorrow? 100%. He will. 100%. Arne Slot kind of mentioned in the press conference as well. So he will come on. But I'm hoping that he doesn't come on because we need a goal. I'm hoping he comes on because Liverpool are playing well, creating chances, and we know how well he's playing, so we could take one of them chances. Arsenal's defence just looks world class. Fulham never looked like scoring today. Yeah, said it earlier. They just look solid. And Fulham are decent. Look, they're very inconsistent. But when they play well, they can give any team a problem. But they didn't. They didn't lay a glove on Arsenal today. Being champions, teams are showing us more respect this season. Yeah, it is a problem. Teams are parking the bus. Teams are looking at it like if we get a 0-0 draw or any sort of draw, it's a great result. And I don't think they had that last season, especially this time last season, because I don't think anybody took Arne Slot seriously. You know, nobody picked Liverpool to win the league, and teams thought they could take us on. This season, the respect is there, and plus you look at the talent that we have. Teams, it would be mad for teams to go to Anfield and take them on. Man United are not going to do that. They're going to park the bus. Last 30 minutes, Isak coming off the bench. Yeah, wouldn't mind it, as long as we don't need a goal. Like we're not 1-0 down or something. That's a big worry. Anybody else get really nervous about this game? Because I always get nervous for this. Always. Ruben Amorim to fund the United dude who hasn't gone to a hair salon for over a year and a half because United aren't winning tomorrow. Yep, I hope you're right. But even if they do win tomorrow, what's he got? Another 3 wins to go. That man's never getting a haircut, lads. He's never getting a haircut again. I can usually predict games quite well, but this one is foggy. Yeah. Look, if Liverpool play well to win. But will they play well? That is the big question. Does anybody watch them training videos on YouTube of Liverpool? Because sometimes I click onto them. Every single one of them are the very same. Every single one of them. Now I know Chiesa scored a great goal in the one the other day, but every single one of them. They come in, shake hands, they have a coffee at the coffee bar there. They go out and they do the quick passing, score a few goals, play a match, and that's it. Every single training is the same. But I do love those behind the scenes ones. I don't watch them too corporate looking. Look, they don't show us anything. It's the same. Every episode is the same. You could watch one from last season and it could be someone could tell you this was from during the week and you wouldn't be able to prove it wrong. Same thing, they arrive, shake hands, get a coffee, train, that's it. We have lost 3 games in a row. Surely we will be really up for tomorrow. Yeah, look, that's another thing as well. 3 defeats in a row. If they can't get up for this game, there's no hope for this team this season. I mean, that's why I think the crowd, and nobody's mentioned it actually this week, or I haven't seen it anyway. This is the first time we've played Man United since we won the league. So this is a chance for every single fan at Anfield tomorrow to get number 20 up there, to start singing champions, to remind Man United fans who the Premier League champions are. This is the first time we played them since that. So, because I remember when we won the European Cup in 2019, when the first time we went to Old Trafford, remember they all had the little number 6 and they were just holding it up. So this is the first time we played Man United since we won the league. So I'm expecting something really special from the fans tomorrow. Liverpool haven't lost 4 in a row for 38 years. I've seen that. And isn't like Man City, they lost 7 in a row or something last season. Man United, a year or whatever. Arsenal is like maybe 7 or 8 years. Chelsea is a year or something. Liverpool 38 years. We cannot lose tomorrow. That was literally when he changed how he used to play in that match versus PSG. Seen it on other Liverpool channels go through fixtures after that. I had League One, but weren't great. Yeah, I think the PSG game changed them. I really do. PSG played unbelievable football from probably February on, and I think it changed them. Has anyone made a 20 times Liverpool chant? You might be needing that tomorrow. I don't think they have. They should. United haven't won at Anfield in nearly 10 years. January 2016. Let's keep this run going. Was that Wayne Rooney? 1-0? I think it was only the only chance Man United had that day. Although Liverpool were terrible back then too. Why did he become so obsessed with it, I wonder? Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it. But I remember this happened to Arsene Wenger. Remember when Arsene Wenger came to Arsenal first? I mean, that was a solid team. He built in 2004, the last time they won the league. That team was solid. That team was tough. That midfield, he had players like over 6 foot, real tough. And I read something about it. The Barcelona team in 2008 completely changed Arsene Wenger. And he started to go for the real small midfielders and trying to play that tiki-taka type football. And Arsenal on their day, at times, unbelievable. But they weren't tough anymore. He went away from that. And I just wonder, has Arne Slot done that? That's a big worry for me. Because PSG, you have to remember, as good as they were last season, the quality they have. Look, if Liverpool can play like PSG, they do have the quality to play like that. But it could take a while to get up to that speed. That's why I think we'll win the Champions League. But I think for the league, the results could still be up and down if we don't start to click. I just wonder. We need to remind them we are on our perch again. Absolutely. No, I'm expecting something from the fans tomorrow because it's the first time we've played them. First time we've played them since we won the league. Number 20. They can't sing that song anymore. Brentford away next week. Another tough one. That's on TNT. Is that the early game? Is that the early game? Where am I? No. Saturday at 8 o'clock. Let's have a look at Liverpool's fixtures, actually. Right. Man United, Frankfurt. I don't mind the Champions League. We lost to Galatasaray the other day, or the other week, but I don't mind the Champions League because Liverpool won that league phase last season, and look what we got. So we're going to get through. You know, there's enough games. We're going to get through. Brentford away, Crystal Palace at home. That's in the cup. Aston Villa at home. Real Madrid and Man City. It's a tough run, lads. It's a tough run. Man City away. I don't like going to the Etihad. Real Madrid. Cannot wait for that one. Read today, Trent is going to be fit for that game. The man will come back. He will get booed out of the stadium. Brentford away will be tough. It will be tough. They beat Man United. They got the late draw against Chelsea. They played well against Man City in the second half, but I think that was just down to Man City's tactics. They were just determined to get the clean sheet. Crystal Palace, revenge, people. Revenge. But that's in the cup. Aston Villa at home. Aston Villa finding a bit of form. But Liverpool should be beating Aston Villa. Real Madrid one. We're looking forward to that because Real Madrid could do anything. Liverpool could beat them 4-0. And then the Man City one. Tough. Tough run of fixtures. Liverpool chat says, we didn't get PSG last year. I think we would have won it. I agree with that. 100%. Good luck facing Real Madrid and us back to back. We did last season. And we won both games. And we kept a clean sheet in both games. And that's what we need to get back to. Hopefully we chant about that final they lost to Spurs. Remember when they used to just They used to criticise Liverpool. Oh, Champions League, but you beat Spurs in the final. Man United couldn't even beat Spurs in a final. We need to be at it from the get-go. I don't want to see this slow, patient chess BS. United need to be made to be look afraid. It needs to be Jurgen Klopp tactics. Just go from it. From the get-go. Ange is being linked to Athlone Town. Poor old Ange. I want Nottingham Forest to get relegated. Because that owner, honestly, I mean, he had a great thing going last season. They looked like they were going to get Champions League. Now, it didn't happen. But, I mean, what a season they had. Remember that? He walked onto the pitch against Leicester. And you're thinking, what are you doing, man? You know, if you're going to have a go at the manager, wait and get him in your office. Not on the pitch. Have a bit of class. And from that day, you just knew. It was only a matter of time before Nuno got sacked. And what a season he had. I mean, Jamie Carragher picked them to be relegated last season. He ended up getting them into Europe. It could have been Champions League, but he ended up getting them into Europe. Brilliant season. And then he sacks him. He gets Ange Postecoglou. And he sacks him after, 8 games? Honestly, I want Nottingham Forest relegated. It's nothing against the players. It's nothing against the fans. It's just that owner. I think he's an absolute disgrace. But yeah, I tell you, Ange might end up in the Irish League because I think he's finished in England. I mean, don't get me wrong, that was a joke. He's not going to lower his standards that much. Madrid not too well this year. Yeah, Atletico beat them. What was it, 5-2? So they're capable of a result like that. That's the thing with them. I've seen a thing on Sky Sports as well. I mean, Sky Sports has fallen off a cliff. Honestly, people. There was a debate on that, what's it called? Saturday Social. And they were debating, to be honest with you, I didn't even watch it. I just read the headline. Who's better? Haaland, Mbappe, or who's the other one? Oh, I can't remember. But one of them said it was Mbappe. Lads, Haaland is on fire this season. He's the best striker in the world. Shows you how Mickey Mouse the SPL is, yeah. Sure, look at Brendan Rodgers. Look what he's done. Steven Gerrard won a league up there. Honestly, people, the Scottish League is on a par with the Irish League. It's woeful. A 2-team league. I mean, think about it. Like, Ange Postecoglou up there, he won the league, I think, every season he was there. If you have a bad season at Celtic, you're finishing second, and you're probably winning one of the cups. Haaland could have had 4 goals today. The man is on fire. He's some striker. Here's a question for you. Now, I know it was never going to happen or anything, I'm not saying that. But if you could, would you swap Isak for Haaland? I'm going to be honest, people. I would. I think Isak is a better all-round player. But Haaland is a goal machine. Haaland scores in every single team he plays in. Yes. Yeah. He's just, like, it'll never happen. He's going to be at City because the wages he's on, I'd say the bonuses he has in that contract is crazy. Without a second thought, yeah. Look, nothing against Alexander Isak. Because it's not like Liverpool had a straight choice. Oh, we'll go for Haaland or we'll go for Isak. Haaland was never in the equation. Never going to happen. But the second best, or the best all-round striker in the league was Isak. Especially last season. Haaland didn't have a great season for his standards. So, obviously, Isak was the one. But Haaland is the best striker. He's the best goal scorer in the world. And it's not even close. The man is a machine. And he scores all different types of goals as well. That's what makes him so good. He scores all different types of goals. He's a special player, to be fair to him. Steve says City are more of a title challenger than Arsenal are. Look, we shouldn't write off City, okay? But Arsenal are going to be there, lads. They're going to be there. Newcastle's replacement for Isak is on fire. Yeah, he's hit the ground running, to be fair to him. That's why I'm just hoping that it's just fitness with Isak. But sure, look, it is. We know how good he is. Did you see that run he did against Arsenal? He ran like a gazelle. This is Haaland. Yeah, look, it's the one criticism you'd have at Haaland is his overall general play. He struggles. He looks, Roy Keane called him a League One player, which I thought was harsh. But when he has the goal in his sights, it's game over. Honestly, I don't think I've ever seen him miss a one-on-one. But he still hasn't scored at Anfield. It's crazy what Anfield does to players. His first season, like he scored, he broke all the records, 50-something goals. City won the treble. But when he arrived at Anfield, still nothing. Vic says, running away with this league again, not losing another game all season. I'm not going to contradict you, except for the Liverpool game. You aren't winning that one. He missed a one-on-one against Virgil. He did indeed. I was just talking about like a one-on-one with a goalkeeper, but I remember that one. Virgil van Dijk. What a defender he is. He's some player. Right, people, get your score predictions in now. Right, get into the comments now. Let's go score predictions. Let's see what we get for tomorrow. Liverpool, Manchester United. As Fergie used to say, to win the week. Three one. 3-1. 3-1. Okay, lads, I like this. I'm liking these predictions now. 3-1. No clean sheet, lads, no? No clean sheet. 3-1. Christine has 2-1. What's with the no clean sheet, lads? What's going on? Come on, someone give me a clean sheet. Another 3-1. 4-2. Okay. Three one. What am I going to go with? I'm not going to predict anything, people, because I'm too superstitious. I'll only jinx it. But I'm going to go with G. But I'm not going to say it out loud. Excuse me. David has another 3-1. Let me get a drink here. Who's going to be man of the match? Who's going to have a big game for Liverpool? I'm going to say, if he starts, I think Alexis McAllister. I think this is the game for him. I think this is the game he turns up. Ekatike. Another 3-1. The Gunner Lowdown has another 3-1. I want to win more than anything, but I want to see us confident on the pitch too. Yeah, performance. Look, I don't care about the performance. I'll be honest. I've said this before. I only care about the result and getting 3 points. But it would be a perfect day if we could get the 3 points and play well. That would be perfect. What's the defence tomorrow? Right, we're going to go. I'm going to go Connor Bradley, Kanate, Virgil, and I'm going to go Andy Robertson. I'm going to go Andy Robertson. I think that game could be perfect for Andy Robertson. I'd love Joe Gomez to play, but he won't. If Kanate is fit, Kanate will play. Marmadashvili. Hopefully he has nothing to do. As you know, I'm not a big fan of his. Hammond said Diaz does a lot of dirty work, a lot of work nobody sees. We missed this big time. Look, Diaz last season, he got a lot of criticism around the middle of the season because the goals and assists kind of dried up. But he played that false nine position, and I thought he was brilliant because he was playing out of position. But defenders, midfielders, they didn't know what to do with him. He was dropping into that false nine position. I thought he was brilliant. I really did. I thought he was really good. Certain away games, like away to Tottenham. I think he played it away to Man City. Maybe away to West Ham as well. We won all those games, kept a clean sheet. It was that extra body in midfield. The hard work that Didi Hammond is talking about. Luis Diaz was doing that in that false nine position. It kind of took away from his general game because he wasn't in his normal position. But he done such a great job. And we do miss that. And I think maybe Arne Slot tried to do that. Was maybe thinking about that with Florian Wirtz. Putting him in, number 10 obviously. But maybe some games in that false nine, but he's not as used to the position as Luis Diaz was, or he didn't take to it as naturally as Luis Diaz did. So I don't see us doing that again this season. Remember he tried it in the Community Shield, just didn't work. But yeah, we definitely do miss Luis Diaz. But at the end of the day, look, he wanted to leave. It's not like, he was desperate to stay, and he wanted to go. And Liverpool, they got a good deal for him. So unfortunately, look, he moved on. But Liverpool have to just figure it out with the players that they have. Because if they don't, these performances are going to continue. Ekatike, Salah, Isak. Hammond doesn't think Liverpool will win either and doesn't see how we can improve in the next 3 or 4 games because we are too unbalanced and one change won't make a difference. Jeez, that's worrying. That is very worrying. Yeah, but okay, right. He doesn't think Liverpool will win either and doesn't see how we can improve. But we weren't playing well earlier in the season. We were winning. So as long as we just get back to winning, that's fine. That's fine. Who's Hammond? Didi Hammond, the legend. The greatest substitution in history. Half-time 2005 Champions League final. Diaz was a great unsung hero. He was, yeah. Look, he did get a lot of criticism. He was inconsistent. He started the season last year brilliant. Scored a lot of goals. He ended the season very well. Halfway through it, he struggled. He did. But, no, I really liked him. I think Liverpool do miss him. I thought Rio Ngamoha was going to be that type of a player. He's still very young, but Arne Slot hasn't really given him a chance. I thought after the Newcastle goal, I thought, this is it now. This lad's going to be playing a lot of football in the Premier League. And he hasn't really. I think he came off the bench against Burnley. Did he come off the bench against Chelsea? I don't think he did. But I thought he would have played a lot more. Diaz was inconsistent. He could beat players, but his final ball was often poor. Yeah, he was. Look, he was. He was. But he did give Liverpool something different. They're kind of lacking that at the moment. Steve says Slot's still working out what Liverpool's best 11 is. Yeah, that's the problem. Last season, that team picked itself. And I was saying during the summer that all the players we were signing, it's brilliant because it gives Liverpool options, gives the manager so many options. But that's sometimes it's not a good thing. You know, it's great when the team picks itself, when everybody's fit, and it just still picks itself. Liverpool are not there yet. You know, he still doesn't know his best right back. He doesn't know how to get Florian Wirtz into this team. Keep forgetting about Leone. Such a pity he got that serious injury. He looked good too, didn't he? Tell you one thing, he looked better than Joe Gomez did that night. He looked better than Kanate has. Such a pity. He looked like a real proper player. And I tell you, hopefully he comes back like Virgil did. But you never know. You know, an injury like that, he mightn't come back the same player. Now, he is very young. So hopefully. Wirtz will come good, I'm confident. I hope you're right, because I did not see a lot of Florian Wirtz last season. Actually, when I say I didn't see a lot, I didn't see any of them last season, except for when Liverpool played Leverkusen. So I can only judge that player on what I've seen this season. And he has not been good. And I don't see the player that everybody is saying is there. But that's only because I haven't seen him. So hopefully, he does come good. But as I say, I don't know how good he's going to be. Because, look, we're all guilty of it. Whenever Liverpool sign a player, what do? We go on YouTube. Florian Wirtz highlights. He looks amazing. Took Bergkamp a season. I don't think it took him a season. My favourite Liverpool player. Sorry, my favourite non-Liverpool player, I should say. If only he played for Liverpool. Dennis Bergkamp, a magician. I don't think it took him a full season. I think he started his first season poor, but I think he scored like in October, November, and then it was one of the best players you'll ever see in your life. I watched a video of his goals in Germany. He looked great, but the Bundesliga isn't as strong as the Premiership. But again, I watched probably the same video. I watched all his goals from last season and all that. But I mean, look, you can't judge that because that's just one moment in a game. But I haven't seen it yet. That's not to say that, you know, he's not going to be the player that people are saying that he is. Because like I say, I haven't seen him. Hyped him up because of the fee. Yeah, look, as well, if Florian Wirtz had signed for Liverpool for, let's say, 35 million, would the media even be talking about him? I don't think they would. Because he cost 100 million, everybody's, oh, genius. Oh, this man, what a genius this man is. I don't think half of them even watched him last season. I seen one YouTuber saying Florian Wirtz is going to be a future Ballon d'Or winner. And I'm looking at it thinking, did you even watch him last season? Like, what are you basing it on? I don't think they watch him. And I actually know for a fact that YouTuber doesn't watch him. Or didn't watch him. But yet, he said during the summer, future Ballon d'Or winner. Like, the fee has nothing to do with his hype. Look, I hope you're right. I really do. I hope there is a world-class player in there that can make a difference, and I hope we see him tomorrow. But just so far, I haven't seen it. I haven't. I've seen little moments, and his teammates are letting him down. Let's be honest. His teammates are letting him down. Like, Conor Bradley should have scored against Galatasaray. Salah should have scored against Chelsea. There's 2 assists for him. And the narrative then does change. But his overall game has not been great. But look, the Premier League is... It is tough. Top 5 says he's world class. Yeah, I hope you're right. I'm not going to contradict you because I've only seen him play for Liverpool. You can't judge a player after 8 games. But what we'll say, he just has to play a little bit better. His overall game. Just the basics. Sometimes his passing is just way off. By the way, David, your channel is top class. You know your stuff. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Just obsessed with football, to be honest with you. Obsessed with Liverpool. You know, I watch as many games as I can. Except for internationals. You know I hate international matches, but I still watch them. Ireland. Useless. We ain't going to the World Cup, people. We ain't going. David says, I didn't watch him very much last season. However, I did watch him quite often when Leverkusen won the Bundesliga. Yeah, I think that was that his best season? I don't know, I think he got Player of the Year in Bundesliga last season as well, didn't he? But that season for Leverkusen was special for them. Nearly won a treble. Undefeated in the league. They only lost one game, and that was the Europa League final. But, yeah, look, I'm hoping that it's not all just hype and there is a proper player there. I've seen him. He's a magician, but different league. That's another thing too. The Bundesliga. Fly. The Bundesliga. What do you think of Vincent Kompany? I hope Pep Guardiola leaves this season and Vincent Kompany gets that job. Honestly, people, that man will be found out at Man City. The hype around him. Ange Postecoglou, who just got sacked from Nottingham Forest. If he was to go to Bayern Munich, he would win the league. It's another Scottish league. It is. The only difference is Bayern Munich have such good players that they could do something in Europe. But the German league is the Scottish league. It's woeful. It's woeful. Vincent Kompany being linked with the Man City job is a great day for us. It is. He will be found out. The pressure of being at Man City in the Premier League, I guarantee you he'll be found out. I don't rate him at all. But anyway, that's what I'm saying about Florian Wirtz. Look, the Bundesliga is not the Premier League. Will take him time. At the moment, he looks a little bit like it's too physical for him. But it will take time. But, yeah, look, hopefully everybody is right, because they're all saying he's world class. They aren't playing to sue him or Salah or Isak. That's the problem. And one of the big problems is Arne Slot doesn't know his best team. So you can't get the momentum. And that's his problem. You know, sometimes you're just better off, right, look, this is the team. This is the tactics. We're sticking with it every single game. I don't care how open we are, whatever. This is what we're doing. But obviously you can't do that. So Arne Slot is struggling to try and get the best out of Florian Wirtz, to try and get the best out of Isak, because he is changing it a lot. He doesn't know his best team. The Bundesliga is mediocre. Should be renamed the Bayern Liga. 100%. Sure, how many league winners has there been in, let's say, the last, what? When did Klopp leave? 2012 or 13? So you're talking, what? 12, 13 years. There's only been Leverkusen. Is that it? And then the rest has been Bayern. Like, that's a joke. The Scottish League isn't even that bad. Not a good manager. He's not. It's the German league, lads. And when he was in the Championship, the man spent a fortune. So, I don't rate him at all. I hope he goes to City. I really do. Podge says about Florian Wirtz, you see it in him. The team just needs to link up. Do you know what it is as well with him? Look, I'm not being harsh on him because I can only judge him on what I've seen from him playing with Liverpool. But he just looks like he's no confidence at the moment. And that is down to the fact that the whole team isn't playing well. Because, as I said earlier, he's the type of player that's going to try different things. And when Liverpool lose the ball and when he gives the ball away, because it's going to happen, Liverpool are so open that all of a sudden it's just, oh, Florian Wirtz gives the ball away again, and all of a sudden the opposition has a chance. And that was a thing really against Crystal Palace. It wasn't just him; it was everyone. But it always is like, oh, Wirtz gives away the ball again, and we're wide open, and that's the problem. So he can't kind of get into his natural game because Liverpool are all over the place. The balance is not right. So I'm hoping tomorrow is the day. If we win tomorrow, it could really turn our season around. Our confidence will return. I think the season starts tomorrow. Okay, I hate international break, but just looking at the players the other day, I think it could have been a good thing. I think it could have been a good thing. Big Jack, School of Tactics back in style. Yeah, it seems to be a running team in the Premier League at the moment. Long throws, corners. Look, every football league is a copycat league. So teams are going to do what other teams are doing. I just wonder, is it the influence of Arsenal? That's no disrespect to Arsenal. Look, they're a set-piece team. That's what they're known for. But they score from them. So I just wonder, as other teams said, look, if you can't beat it, join it. Let's do long throws, long balls. Let's get back to what football was years ago. And let's see how we got on there, because every team was trying this nonsense, playing out from the back. Now, that still is there, of course. But teams now, whenever they get a throw, it's long throw. Simple. Sometimes teams are just not afraid to go long anymore. That's a good thing. So, yeah, but Liverpool have struggled with it. Arsenal haven't beaten anyone from the top half of the table. Yeah, that's true. But here's the thing with Arsenal. The fixtures that they've had, last season they dropped points in them. Newcastle away, West Ham at home, Fulham away. They're winning them games so far. Noel says Man City are winning this league if we don't. I'd take that all day. Honestly, I really would. The thoughts of Mikel Arteta winning the league. I mean, there'd be no social media for at least 2 months. It would be unbearable. The top gooners. You'd have to log off. Yeah, Vic has a good point here. In the Premier League, you need to win all the matches you're supposed to. I don't care if we lose 7-0 to Liverpool, as long as we win every other game. Look, there is games, certain games, that you can drop points in. The likes of tomorrow, Liverpool are playing a mid-table team. Okay, that's just a fact. We cannot afford to drop points. Okay, if you go to the likes of the Etihad, or let's say Chelsea. No, I know we should have done better, but still. Sometimes you can look at those, well, look, Chelsea are a good team, Man City are a good team, the Etihad is a tough place to go, but it's the likes of the home games against the likes of Crystal Palace, West Ham, Bournemouth, Brentford. These are the types of games, Man United, these are the types of games that you cannot afford to drop points in. You have to win those games, simple as. Do you not worry that last year was a perfect storm for you with Slot? He got a great team, City were terrible, we were bad, and on Champions League near end of the season. Not an attack, but is there not a doubt? Yeah, this is a good point. It is a good point. It was a kind of a perfect storm. That squad was very good. And I think the last season, Klopp's last season, that midfield played for Klopp. Arne Slot came in, didn't change it. He tweaked it a bit with Gravenberch. But I think that season under Klopp done that team the world of good. And they were used to playing with each other. Arne Slot came in. As I said, he didn't make many changes. Tweaked it a bit. And yes, City dropped off. Arsenal dropped off. But the quality that Liverpool have added to the squad, that's where I would say it should be a level ahead this season. A level above of what we were last season. Because there was still problems in that team last season. But I'm just hoping the quality we've added can just click, and then we could be even better this season. But yeah, it is a good point. Last season was a perfect storm. Everything Liverpool were very good last season, but Man City dropped off, Arsenal dropped off. Slot will eventually have the same experience as Klopp, having to get close to 100 points to win the league. Well, look, that we don't know, but the great thing is Arne Slot has the league. He won the league. He has the medal in his back pocket. Best set piece league in the world. It is. It's becoming real old school English Premier League. Yeah, look, that's. I have friends that are Arsenal fans. Not a bother on them. Um, but the online. I'm just talking about the top gooners online. Unbearable. I mean, you know yourself. They really are. So I'm not tarring all Arsenal fans with the same brush. It's just them, the ones online. They're just some of them are unbearable. Last season, we won the title by 10 points, and it could have been more, but we took our foot off the pedal in the last 4 games. 100% we did. But we did. Look, Liverpool 100% deserved to win the league. We're the best team by a mile. I think we were the second best team in Europe. But we did take advantage of the fact that City dropped off. Arsenal weren't as good as they were the season before. But we were the better team. 100%. We deserved to win the league. And even if City it had been the City of the previous season, it had been the Arsenal of the previous season, Liverpool they would have went close to winning the league anyway. But yeah, we took advantage of the fact that they dropped off. We deserved it. I wonder, is Lee Gunner feeling happier now? I think Lee is the best on YouTube. I've said this before. I think he has the best channel on YouTube. There's no bullshit with him. He speaks the truth. And I tell you, he knows football as well. He really does. Liverpool chat says, I just hate AFTV. They give Arsenal fans a bad name. They do. Because it's just cringe. But as I say, I have friends that are Arsenal fans, genuine Arsenal fans. They don't watch that channel either. The Gunner Lowdown says Salah was mint last season. Yeah, 100% he was. Best player in Europe. Should have won the Ballon d'Or. And that's why I was saying, when you asked me about last season, was it a perfect storm? The reason I think this season could be a step up from that is just the quality we have. And if players like Salah can get back to playing as well as they did last season, Isak, McAllister, Liverpool have a serious team on their hands. But just at the moment, it seems to be they're not playing well individually. What happened to Diogo Jota is definitely affecting them. There's no two ways about that. And when a player comes out after the match and he says that is still affecting them, we have to take it seriously. Some people online, I mean, scumbags online, criticised Virgil when he said that the last day. It is affecting them. 100% it's affecting them. But just hopefully they all come together, and hopefully it's tomorrow and we start to see the best of them. Hopefully. A football channel on YouTube is only good if the content is honest and opinions are given honestly. Yeah, that's what I try to do. You know, people mightn't agree with me, but I'm going to be honest. It's the best. It's the only way to go, people. It's the only way to go. Be as genuine as you can be. Andrew says must win tomorrow. Yep, indeed. Still nervous though. See, Man United have nothing really to lose. No one expects them to win. And that is when they're at their most dangerous. Because remember the season, I mean, that 7-0 was only, what, 2 years ago? Seems longer. But the season after that 7-0, oh, people were saying, oh, it's going to be the same. If it's not 7, it's going to be 6 or 5. And I was like, it's not. Man United are going to learn from that. They're going to park the bus, and that's exactly what happened. And it was a 0-0 draw. They'll do the same tomorrow, because the likes of Bruno Fernandes was in that team. A lot of them players are still there. Casemiro played. They're not going to let that happen again tomorrow. It's not going to be easy for Liverpool at all. No, they'll take a 0-0 draw. That's a good result for them. Do you start Verts tomorrow? What's your lineup? Sorry if I missed it. Yeah, I just mentioned it earlier. I'd put Verts on the bench, and I'd go with the three boys in midfield. I'd go with Ekitike on the left, Isak up front, Salah. The three lads in midfield, Gravenberch, McAllister, Szoboszlai. Conor Bradley at right back. I'd go Andy Robertson at left back. Kanate, Van Dijk, Marmadashvili. I mean, I'd like to see Joe Gomez play, but he's not going to, so there's no point in really saying it. But I think that will be the team. Robbie says it'll be tight, but we'll edge it and build from there. I think the season starts tomorrow, lads. The season starts tomorrow. Yeah. One thing I criticise our team is there is no energy when we need it. Too slow from the back. Once we get the ball back, we are too slow to get the ball forward. Also too much space between midfield and attack. Yeah, 100%, couldn't agree more. That's why tomorrow has to be from the very first whistle. Use the crowd and go for it. Try and get that early goal. Go for it. And like I said, make sure that Man United feel like they can't even get out of their own half. Sustain attacks. Use the crowd. And if we play like that, I think we win. If we play well, we win. Playing with 8 men, if Gakpo, Salah and Kanate start, yeah, look, Kanate is definitely going to start. If he's fit, he starts. Salah the same. Salah will start. Gakpo, I think, could be, he could be dropped. I don't know. He actually played well for Holland the other day. But, yeah, look, they're not playing well. So I get what you mean, 100%. We score an early goal, we can do it. Yeah, I think the first goal in every game is huge. But I think if we can get the first goal with the crowd the way it'll be, I think it could be a good day. But we have to get that goal. Because the longer the game goes and it's 0-0, Man United will get a bit of confidence. The crowd will get a bit frustrated. An early goal. Liverpool are always so bad after the break. They are. This is true. But I'm just hoping, because it's Man United, that the atmosphere will be so good that these players will just be, they're terrible after the international break. But I'm just hoping tomorrow is different because it's Man United. Because we have to win. 3 defeats in a row, not good enough. So, yeah, I can't disagree with you. They are. But Noel says, my worry is how unbalanced Liverpool are right now. There are big questions over the fullbacks. And the team needs obviously driving in midfield. Driving them midfield. Not bailing us out at fullback. Yeah, we have to play a right back in the right back position. We will be motivated. Must confess I'm confident of getting the win. Look, here's the thing. If Liverpool were playing well, I'd be really confident. And as I said, if we play well tomorrow, we win. You just don't know. Really don't. Motivation is not the issue, but the team balance is, yeah, unfortunately. But that's what I'm saying. if we can just, from the very first whistle, go for it. Go for it. Jurgen Klopp style. Hopefully get that early goal. Because the first goal tomorrow changes everything. Because if Man United were to score first, the crowd will get frustrated. And because it's 3 defeats in a row, all of a sudden, the players will get nervous. I think first goal, and I think it'll be a very comfortable afternoon for us, honestly. First goal is huge tomorrow. It's huge in every game, but it's huge in every single game. Who else is playing tomorrow? Tomorrow, Tottenham versus Aston Villa. Spurs. Spurs are going well under Thomas Frank. He's a great manager. Aston Villa are struggling. I just know I'm going to be clinching the whole game regardless. I think we'll all be the same. I was going to do a watch along. I don't think it's a great game to do it. I really don't. Just hope if we score first, we don't throw away the lead. Need to cure that habit. Absolutely. Clean sheet. Clean sheet, we win the game. If we play well, we win the game. But the thing is, the reason that we're throwing away the lead, when we have been ahead, especially 2-0, sleepwalking. We think the game is over. And the intensity is completely gone. In games like Bournemouth, Everton, the intensity wasn't great anyway. But we get the 2-0 lead, and then it's just sleepwalking. Oh, game over. And it's not. And all of a sudden you find yourself under pressure. And it's edge of the seat stuff for us. And I don't like that. Because my heart can't take it. Ugh. Tired. Went to the gym today, people. Getting back into it. Deadlifting. Takes it away, I tell you that. 100 kgs. Not great. But we're on the up. It's all technique with the old deadlifting, lads. One mistake and all of a sudden you cannot walk. The old back be at you. I do enjoy deadlifting though. I miss it from last year where as soon as we scored, it was over. Yeah, I missed that as well. That was because we could keep them clean sheets. Defensively, we were solid. We really were. I mean, remember when we had that real run of tough fixtures? We had like Aston Villa home, Man City at home, Real Madrid. Those 3 games, clean sheets. And that's what wins you the league. That's why I take Arsenal really seriously. Noel says, as for attacking, Liverpool are scoring but can't keep a clean sheet. And the attack is not helping our defence enough. Yeah, the balance is off. The pressing is off. Szoboszlai was pressing against Chelsea from the midfield. He was almost like a striker, like an extra striker. There was a moment in the game where he was pressing the goalkeeper, and he kind of turned around as if to say, where are you? So the balance for the press is not right either. So I'm just hoping that this is a perfect game for Liverpool tomorrow. That everything clicks and everything is on. It's just on fire. Pressing, passing, scoring, creating chances. Robbie says, remember the March to the 2018 Champions League final when we were blowing teams away? Scoring everyone Mane, Salah, on fire. Unreal crack. Yeah, it was crack, alright. Yeah, it was mad. But the reason we didn't win the final, we couldn't defend. And the goalkeeper didn't help. Do a watch along so we can see the head loss. To be honest, people, I want to do a watch along. I do. It won't be tomorrow. Could do it next week against Brentford. But when Liverpool lose, it's just silence. I don't talk to anyone. You know, I don't kind of I don't be kind of shouting and roaring. Well, no, that's a lie. But it's just silence. I just sit there in silence. Remember when we lost the league and the Champions League in a week? I think I just sat in silence for about 15 minutes after that game. Just depressed. We once spent the whole season in the 80s and only conceded 16 goals. The problem with our defence should have been addressed in the summer. Look, we missed out on Mark Gahey. Unfortunately, it happens. In my opinion, it should have been a kind of a priority. It wasn't. It looked like it was, right, let's get the attacking players in, and then we can, if we have time, we'll get the centre halves in. I don't think they got that right. They should have been concentrating on getting the centre halves in early in the window. But look, it is what it is. Leone is injured. We didn't get Mark Gahey. We have to go with what we have until January. Maybe they'll get someone. But yeah, I agree with you. It wasn't addressed at all. They were just focused so much on getting those attacking players in. Make sure you hit the like button, everybody. Let's get the likes up. What time is it? 10 o'clock, people. Going to call it a night now soon. Thanks very much for joining us. 44 people in the building at the moment. Really appreciate it. We have to get someone in January. That position is very thin now. Leone's injured. Yeah, I agree with you 100%. 100%. I think they will. You know, it's such a long season. You can't go into the second half of the season with only 3 centre halves. And you look at the injury record of Kanata, you look at the injury record of Gomez. They have to get someone. Which is crazy when you think of the money that Liverpool spent, but we're short in defence. I think they should just try and get Mark Gahey in January. You'll get him for about 30 million. And then what a boost it would be for the second half of the season. It really would. It would give everyone in the squad a lift. The fans would be really up for it. You go into the Champions League, the title running. Hopefully we're still in it, of course. Which I think we will be. But it would give everyone a lift. Get him in January. A great stream, Dev. Thank you, much appreciated. Thanks very much for joining us. No, I do enjoy it. I enjoy the live streams. I love having the chats about Liverpool. It's a bit of crack as well. Comments are funny at times. And so yeah. Monday at 8 o'clock, people. Every Monday, 8 p.m. I'm going to do a watch along. Tonight was just, I said, because Arsenal won, I said I'd come on and see what you thought. But Monday at 8. And we'll see what I'll get your opinion on the Liverpool game. I'll do a video after the game tomorrow. And then we'll do the live stream Monday evening so I can get your thoughts on it. Win tomorrow. Thanks, Podge. Liverpool chat, see you again. Thanks very much for joining us. Right, people. Thanks very much for joining the chat. Really enjoyed it. actually, before I go, Noel says, Liverpool 3, Man United 2. I'll leave it on that. Hopefully, just as long as we win. That's all that matters. Thanks very much, everybody. I'll talk to you very, very soon.